The episode begins with Clarence playing with a hose and pile of mud. Soon, Amy comes out from her house while moving people come to take her family stuff. She sees Clarence sticking the hose into the pile, and mud flows out while he yells things like, "Ah, it's a volcano!" and "Ow, it burns!" Amy decides to meet him and ask if he wants to ride bikes. Clarence says he won't be able to get one until Christmas, and Amy decides to hop on her pads. Amy then says that they are going to look for an erratic. Clarence wonders what it was, so he and Amy look it up on the internet. Mary asks what they were doing, and they say they are going to look for the erratic. Clarence decides to pack up some sandwiches and water, since the trip was going to be long. Clarence and Amy then ride on the bike all around town, and on the way, Belson sees Amy and Clarence hanging out together. He tells Nathan, Dustin, and Percy about it, and they think Clarence and Amy are making out. When Clarence and Amy are in Bendel Park playing around, they find the erratic boulder and decide to play on top of it until Belson and his gang show up. Belson warns them that they are on their rock, and if they don't leave, they'll start a pinecone war. Amy and Clarence refuse to leave, which leads to Nathan, Dustin, and Percy throwing pine cones at Amy and Clarence. They retaliate by throwing moss from the large rock. Sumo, who came somewhere when Belson and his gang were spying on them, decides to play along by running around with pine cones in his hands. The war goes on, and eventually Amy has to leave for dinner, thus leaving Belson and his gang exhausted. They ride back home, Amy dropping Clarence off in front of his house. Belson and the gang come to Clarence, asking about what he and Amy did together. The episode ends with everyone eating the sandwiches Clarence packed.